If you guys could see my mic setup right now, you'd be like, Nora, what are you doing? That is ridiculous. It's literally like half on the thing, half being propped up by the little thing you open to get, oh my god. So, hello there everyone. I am finally back from my very long hiatus. And I'm not gonna lie, it was like months. It was like half a year. It was like a full year almost. And I am back with a spin on Essiebutton's summer trilogy. I have always wanted to do something like this, and I think this is the perfect opportunity. I am here to introduce to you my summer series. And basically, it's just gonna be me talking about the things that I'm doing, the things that I'm loving, the things that I'm eating, the things that I'm consuming from our consumerist culture. And we're gonna start off with books. What am I reading over this summer? What am I planning but not actually gonna read? What have I bought? What is going on? Whoa! So the first book I have here is quite an old one. It's Pompeii by Robert Harris, and basically it's about Pompeii. So thanks. I'll see you guys later in the next video. Subscribe. Bye. Of course, I'm just kidding. It's terrific. Gripping from the New York Times. A literally shattering climax. Well, I hope they don't mean a sexual climax. And it's a New York Times bestseller. And it was published before I was born, in like the Dark Ages. And by that I mean 2003. So basically what I did, I walked into my local used bookstore, which is now, strangely enough, the only used bookstore in the whole area for like 15 miles. Because why? I don't know. Borders closed down. Barnes & Noble closed down. Do they think they're replaced by a Container Store? Do they think we don't need bookstores? I used to go in there all the time, and I just read books. That's probably why they went out of business, to be honest. So I picked this up, and then I read a couple pages from the beginning. I read the end, and I spoiled the whole thing for myself. But it's pretty good. I think I will read this, but it's just going to be right by my bedside table for probably the rest of my time here. Now, the second book I have for you guys here today is a beautiful book. It is absolutely magnificent. And if I had to say that one book changed my life, it would be the one that came before this one. And it is by Brian Greene, The Hidden Reality. Basically, this is Brian Greene's new book. For those of you who don't know who Brian Greene is, get yourself to a Google. Google that stuff right now. Brian Greene is a physicist, theoretical physicist, string theorist. I actually met Brian Greene at a talk he gave when I went to there. Because, I mean, there are perks to living near D.C., Washington, D.C. And basically, this is about parallel universes. It's science fiction, but it's real, you know? And I'd say I credit Brian Greene to getting me interested in physics, etc. And it's written so that anyone can understand this book, and it's absolutely fascinating. You will not be able to put it down. You will be reading this. Like, you will actually read this book. And here's a cool illustration of God knows what. I don't know. I have not gotten there. I am currently on page 45 because I haven't had the time to read it. But it's incredibly interesting, and it keeps you turning pages. It's a national bestseller, and it is an amazing book. It will change your life. Moving on, I am reading Revenge Wears Prada right now. I am actually reading this book. I'm halfway through it. I'm on page 195. It's an almost 400-page book, but the print is kind of large. I have the hardback copy from the library right now. And it is okay. It's a pretty quick read. It's a page turner, and if you watch my vlogs, then you'll know that I am rather disappointed in the main character. She's very insecure. I have a thing for characters in books who are insecure. I don't like it. I want them to be strong. I want to read about strong women who resolve conflict rather than perpetrating it and furthering it. But, you know, if you're looking for an interesting book, a frustrating book, this is the one for you. It is the sequel to the movie The Devil Wears Prada, and it's not bad. It's not, the writing is engaging. The writing is engaging. It's by Lauren Wiesenberger. I don't know, and it's a New York Times bestseller, if that means anything to you. The second to last book I have here was a gift, and it is called The Philosophy Book. It's really kind of a coffee table book. Whenever you're looking for something interesting to read, or you just want a little snippet because you're super bored, or somebody won't text you back or message you back, and you're like, damn, what am I doing with my time? Well, you can just flip this book open for some pearls of wisdom. Man was born free, yet everywhere he is in, change it. Man was born free, yet everywhere he is in. Man was born free, yet everywhere he is in chains. Jean-Jacques Rousseau? I can't pronounce French, and I probably will never be able to. So, this is a gift from a really good friend, and I really like it. I've also used this for SAT essays, SAT quotes. Pretty good. AP quotes right there when you're writing your essays. So, if you're in any of those classes and you're looking to pick up some tips, right here, The Philosophy Book by who knows what. Published by D&K. I don't know what that means. If that means anything to you, please comment it below, because I don't know. A publishing house, nobody knows. This last book is a book that I have had for a very long time. And you can tell because it's really ratty and it's really beat up in it. And it smells very faintly of old book. But, oh, and it's very dusty because I have not taken it off the shelf in a while. But periodically, I will do a huge reread of this. And it is The Cartoon History of the Universe. This is a fantastic book. And I think everyone in the entire world should read this. Basically, it's a history of the universe, but told in cartoons. And it's super interesting, it's super informative. You will not be able to put it down. It's hilarious, actually. It is actually hilarious, and it explains early history really well. This book is volumes 1 through 7, from the Big Bang to Alexander the Great. And I always really enjoyed reading about ancient civilizations and stuff. And this is just like, no joke, one of the greatest things in like the whole world. And if you haven't read this, you need to read it. I'm going to find a really good quote from this and I'm going to read it out to you guys. Hang on a second. So this is a little section pertaining to the Jewish history. And it says, for his capital, David chose Jerusalem, a hill town occupied since 1800 BC by the Jebusites. Or the Jebusites. Nobody knows. A people whom Israel had never managed to conquer. Impressed by its strong position, David led an army against Jerusalem and took the city. He then danced half naked through the streets, singing hymns of victory. So that's the bit about David and Goliath, but it actually covers a whole host of different civilizations. We've got the Neanderthals, we've got the sack of Troy, we've got Athenians, we've got Spartans, we've got Peloponnesian War in here. It's all in here. And this is amazing. And you should all go read this right now. So that about wraps up part 1 of the summer series. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye! Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Let me know what you think of the sound quality, because wow, wow, wow. Whoa!